In this medium pot, I'm going to turn on the flame, high heat. I'm adding 5 cups of water. While the water is coming to a boil, I'll prepare the ginger. I've already peeled it and rinsed it. The link to this mini food processor is on my blog. This is not organic. This is organic. The organic ginger is much stronger and you may require less. You could also do it in the blender or grate it by hand if you have the time. And now you have grated ginger you can use in any recipe. Just place it in a jar and put it in the refrigerator. Or pour it into ice cube trays and freeze it. Once that's frozen, you can place it in Ziploc bags. 10, 10, and 2. I'll place it in the water. Add ginger to your liking. I love a lot of ginger. So I'll add about 1.5 tablespoons. I'll rinse the rice until the water runs clear. And I'll add the washed rice to the pot. This is 1 cup of jasmine rice. You can also use white rice. I'll stir. I'll reduce the heat to low and cook for about 15 to 20 minutes until the rice is fully cooked but still a little firm. After that time, if it's still not soft, you'll continue to add water until you get the soft texture. While the rice is cooking, open your milk. 1 can of condensed milk. Always wash the can first. Be careful. Always test for deliciousness. Yummy. And do the same for the carnation milk. Well, it's not carnation, this is a different brand, but it's evaporated milk. We tend to say carnation milk for everything in Trinidad. I rinsed the food processor milk and I'm just going to pour that water in. No ginger is wasted. I left the pot for exactly 20 minutes. The rice is cooked, the liquid has evaporated. Now it's time to add in the whole milk and we'll boil for 5 to 10 minutes until it has evaporated as well. The rice is a bit brown because of the cinnamon. I doubled up on the cinnamon because I love cinnamon. But the liquid evaporated totally because the water was boiling away before I had the ginger ready. Always make sure that the ginger is ready and the rice is washed before you start this process to be most efficient. So the rice has been cooking for about 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes now. And as you can see, the liquid is evaporating and it's a good point now, it's a good time now to add the evaporated milk, even though the recipe calls for 5 to 10 minutes. And the reason for that is because this is on a large burner. You should cook it on a small to medium burner. I could change it, but I need to show you the worst case scenario and to help prepare you if anything goes wrong. So at this point I'm going to add 1 can of evaporated milk, only after 4.5 minutes. So always keep an eye on your pot, because there are different factors that would change the timing required, like maybe the type of pot, the burner, the flame, whether it's a hot day, cold day. There are many factors that can affect the outcome and expedite the outcome as well. Just be prepared to react. Alright, so I'm stirring. It's beginning to stick at the bottom. I'm just making sure that it is not burning. And I'm going to cook this for another 5 minutes. It's also very important to keep stirring it. It's been cooking for about 3.5 minutes and it's beginning to stick. This non-stick pot is not non-stick. It's promoting stickiness. So just keep stirring. Just like risotto again, you keep stirring. I'll just wait for the 5-minute timer. And let a little more of this liquid evaporate. And also don't worry about those little brown bits that's forming. That's what you're scraping up at the bottom of the pot. And that's where the flavor is developing. That's adding more flavor. That's the 5-minute timer. Now we'll add the condensed milk. And I know you'll ask me why you're adding it at different stages. But this is how my mom taught me. And my Auntie Shude does it the same way too. It's for maximum flavor and gives it a really nice texture. Instead of just throwing everything in the pot at the same time, you're going to get a very different flavor. Make sure you get every bit of that condensed milk from the can, because that's happiness in a can right there. Okay. And what you don't scrape out, you lick it up. Literally. So I'm going to continue to cook this for another 10 minutes. And then you can always taste it and see if you need to add more sugar. But this is a perfect sweetness for me. I do not need any more sweetness. And I like cooking it down for an additional 10 minutes to continue to develop the flavor a little more. Sometimes when you cook it a lot at the end, maybe instead of just pouring the condensed milk and taking it off the stove, if you could cook it low and slow, it becomes like dulce de leche. The flavor develops and it has a better flavor for me, a more unique flavor. I think at this point I'm going to switch it to the low flame to develop that flavor that I like. Just taste it at this point and see if the sweetness is enough for you. Oh my goodness. I agree that the condensed milk can cook a little more to develop that dulce de leche kind of flavor. I'll check it again in 10 minutes. So now the sweet rice has been cooking for, the final stage has been cooking for about 10 minutes, maybe a little over 10 minutes. I continuously stirred it so that it doesn't stick. If you can see at the bottom there's a little bit of browning. So I'm going to give it a taste, a final taste. You could continue to cook and stir for more flavor, but at this point I'm hungry. I'm going to give it a taste. Absolute perfection. Absolute perfection. It's scrumptious, it's delectable, it's everything you want in a dessert. It took 30 to 40 minutes, but I assure you, the wait is worth it. The wait and the work is worth it. You can have a little bit every night after dinner dessert, or share it with your neighbor, or make it for Diwali or any other special occasion. I hope you enjoy this. There's a hint of ginger, the spices. It's the perfect combination of flavors. Absolutely delicious. Scrumptious. And that's all there is to it, my sweet friends. Trini Sweet Rice, also known as rice pudding around the world. It's sweet, it's dreamy, and it's creamy. It's perfect for Diwali or any other time or day that sweet craving hits. If you enjoyed being in the kitchen with me or learned something new, please like, share, leave a lovely comment below, and subscribe to see more. Until next time, stay safe, be well, cook, share, and love. Bye-bye.